Good evening and welcome to another episode of Sport Update on AYOGEN TV. It's a good evening to everyone at home. We are located at Akinjaguna Junctions. You can as well follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and as well on our Twitter. Here again, I'm here with another sport analyst, always fast in every knowledge, comrade Tajuddin Oriyomi. Good evening.
Good evening, RGB.
We don't have much time to waste. I would like us to quickly discuss on the match played yesterday in the Uefa Champions League. We have Real Madrid played against Paris Saint-Germain, and Real Madrid hosted them at Santiago Bernabeu. We also have Manchester City hosting Sporting Lisbon at the Etihad Stadium, and it ended with goalless draw. Let's quickly discuss about Real Madrid versus Paris Saint-Germain. Quite some few months back, Mauricio Pochettino has always been on the front page of all newspaper with the fact that the owner of Paris Saint-Germain are ready to send him packing from the Parc de France. Now, they are out of the UEFA Champions League groups, a round of 16, permit me. And, you know, this is one of the setbacks to the likes of Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar, Marquinhos, and all those stars players, and Donnarumma. What can you say about this match? Real Madrid beating Paris Saint-Germain with 3-1, despite the fact that they have all these star players in their team.
I think that match between Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid is a classic UEFA Champions League match where you can't really tell who is going to win until the final whistle. On the part of Mauricio Pochettino, he was completely outclassed by the veteran Carlo Ancelotti. The man is vast in experience, and the timely use of substitution in the match really helped him a lot.
Okay, thinking about a record, yesterday Karim Benzema actually broke another record. He's now the all-time third leading goal scorer in Real Madrid, despite the fact that he has been playing so much straight in Real Madrid. What do you see about this young man? Even he's not even young anymore, he's getting old.
Karim Benzema is a very, very good striker. And to say, if I'm to rank them in modern day striker, I'll rank him number 2 behind Roberto Lewandowski, then followed by Luis Suarez.
Okay, talking about Manchester City, before I go to Manchester City, in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League played between Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain, it was 1-0, and a lot of controversy happens in the yesterday matches. Kylian Mbappe actually scored 3 goals, but 2 out of it was ruled out for offside. Same as well with Karim Benzema, he scored a goal and it was ascertained to be an offside, which everybody has been giving their own opinion whether the goal should have been stayed or probably not. Now, let's talk about Paris Saint-Germain. What do you think is the problem of the Paris Saint-Germain with the players they have at hand?
I think the problem of the Paris Saint-Germain is at the top of the club, the directors and other leaders of the club. They have been making hard decisions for the past 2 seasons now. Their first mistake was the sacking of their head coach, Thomas Tuchel. And their second mistake now will be not sacking Mauricio Pochettino early. The man is a good coach, can't take that away from him, but the problem is very, very visible. He's not someone that can deal with an ego in the dressing room. And his team are always disorganized, and doesn't have the experience to manage top players. That's just it.
Okay, talking about the young lad in the Paris Saint-Germain squad who has always been clamoring to leave Parc de France for Santiago Bernabeu, which is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe has always been netting in all the round of 16 games involved. Don't you think it is high time for Kylian Mbappe to leave Parc de France for Santiago Bernabeu?
Yeah, it's the right time. And for a player like Kylian Mbappe, at 19 years, he already has over 100 goals to his name. That's a very, very, very huge achievement. And if you want to be part of the greatest of all time, you need to start winning trophies at an early age. Examples are the likes of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. I think if you really want to achieve something with his career, this is the high time to leave Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, talking about teams to make it head-to-head into the UEFA Champions League, do you see Real Madrid are making it up against to have the UEFA Champions League in their bag. A couple with history is always there. They've had the UEFA Champions League trophy like 11 times, or let me say probably 12 into their bag. Do you still see them and having these UEFA Champions League back from Chelsea Football Club?
I don't. If I'm to rank them as according to how favorite they are, I'll be giving them maybe fourth position or fifth. I mean, we still have the ruthless Bayern Munich, the likes of defending champion Chelsea. We have Manchester City, the unbeatable Guardiola team. I will even rank AFC Ajax ahead of them. They are a really good team, but I don't think they can really put up a challenge this year Champions League.
Okay, let's quickly discuss about Manchester City against Sporting Lisbon. In the first leg one, Manchester City traveled to the Sporting Lisbon. It was 5-0, all 3 out of 5-0. But when they host Sporting Lisbon at the Etihad Stadium, it was another story entirely. It was a goalless draw. Now, you said you still will rank Manchester City ahead of Real Madrid. With the performance of Manchester City yesterday, do you still see them as one of the favorites to have the UEFA Champions League?
Sure, they are the favorites. I mean, Manchester City really played the champions of Portugal the first leg, and they played them out of the tie completely. I think the second leg is just to do a damage control by Pep Guardiola, not to make the Champions League look like an inferior competition. You can see that visibly in the substitution he was making. I mean, he made a goalkeeper substitution in a UEFA Champions League knockout games.
Okay, talking about Bayern Munich, who is always a ruthless team when it comes to playing football in the UEFA Champions League, even in the Bundesliga. Anywhere you find this team, they are always ruthless. They played 7-1 in the first leg. It was 1-1 draw at the House of Salzburg. But when they host Salzburg yesterday at the Allianz Arena, it was a firecracker for the Bayern Munich side. And, you know, one of the beautiful things, one of the beautiful aspects of these matches is that Roberto Lewandowski, this guy seems not too tired. Don't you think it is high time this guy gets tired of scoring goals? It's like a wolf. He's not tired of scoring. What can you say about Roberto Lewandowski in personal and Bayern Munich as a team?
On Robert Lewandowski, I really think he's a very, very good striker. As I said earlier, if I'm to rank them, I'll be ranking Robert Lewandowski #1 as the modern-day striker. But what I think about his consistent form is that the team he's playing in, not that Bayern Munich is a super team or because the others are inferior to them, but I think when a striker is in a team that consistently creates chances, there's a high percentage that you will always be scoring. I mean, this guy sees chances every 30 seconds in the game. There's no way he wouldn't be producing 30, 40 goals in a season.
Okay, talking about the UEFA Champions League matches, Inter Milan defeat Liverpool at Anfield yesterday with 1-0. And you know, Anfield has always been a field where you cannot just go there and come back with a win. But Inter Milan are proved to be one of the head swords at the stadium. Now, we already have 4 teams at the quarter-final stage. We have Bayern Munich, we have Real Madrid, we have Liverpool, and we have Manchester City. Out of these 4 teams, before we talk about Liverpool, out of these 4 teams, 2 teams must actually go home, and 2 teams must surely progress to the, let me say, semi-final of the UEFA Champions League. Out of these 4 teams, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Man City, and Real Madrid, do we have any title contenders among them?
All of them are favorites, but if I'm to rank them in position the way they are, I'll be picking Bayern Munich first, then I'll be taking Liverpool, then Manchester City, then the rest, Real Madrid.
Okay, in the UEFA Champions League top goalscorer chart, we have Roberto Lewandowski, we have Sebastian Haller, we have Mohamed Salah, we have Karim Benzema, and we have Christopher Nkunku. And, you know, Lewandowski had 12 goals, Sebastian Haller have 11 goals. Sebastian Haller actually is an highest player, and he played his trades during the African Cup of Nations. Do you see Haller overtaking Roberto Lewandowski in the goal charts?
Depends on how early Lewandowski exits the competition. But as far as Lewandowski and Haller are still playing the Champions League, I don't think Sebastian Haller can usurp him. But Sebastian Haller is a player that's very, very funny to me these days. I mean, this guy plays in West Ham in England, and he couldn't even muzzle 10 goals a season. But now he's at AFC Ajax and he's banging goals here and there. He even has an hat-trick in the Champions League group stage already. It's a very, very good miracle.
Do you agree that Ajax should keep this player up front, or they should allow some other clubs to bring in breed and sell him out?
It's a normal thing for Ajax. They are a selling club.
It is their norms to sell players
selling
when
club.
they arrive.
So I don't see Alan staying. If a big team comes for him, I don't see him staying past this season with them.
Okay, let's quickly discuss, let me say, politics in sports. Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has been sanctioned by the UK government. Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has had his asset frozen and the prohibition on transactions with the UK individuals and business. A travel ban and transport sanctions has also been imposed. And currently, Chelsea stores in England has been closed due to the government sanctions. I want us to discuss vividly on this aspect, the implications of what UK has just done by sanctioning Abramovich. And what do you think the club as a whole should do, and what do you think Abramovich should do as the owner of the Chelsea Football Club? Don't forget, this guy has actually been discussing with his lawyer to make a formal document in order to make sure that Chelsea Football Club is no more in his care.
First, let me take the UK matter first. I think what the United Kingdom politicians are doing is for a good cause, really, because there's no way a reasonable person can justify the attack of Vladimir Putin on the Ukrainian citizen. But the other way, we should really find a way to differentiate Abramovich, the oligarch, and Abramovich, the Chelsea owner. Because, I mean, we have hundreds of staff working in Chelsea FC as a corporation itself. Now that you have sanctioned Chelsea FC, Abramovich, and is the owner of Chelsea FC, hundreds of staff have been sent home, the mega store has been closed, even their travel for a away game has been reduced to £20,000. That's uncalled for. We have people that do the laundry work, they won't be able to work anymore until May 31st. People that are in mega store, and so on like that. And on what Roman Abramovich should do, I think for the interest of Chelsea FC, the best thing for him to do is to agree to the sale of Chelsea, because in the UK sanction list, it was listed that they will only agree to a sale if Roman Abramovich can make a consent letter that he won't benefit from the sale. So I think he should agree for the sale and let Chelsea Football Club continue.
Okay, even the Premier League is also releasing a statement saying the match between Norwich and Chelsea will go as planned.
Yeah.
Don't you think this will also affect the team entirely psychologically?
Yeah, it has really been affecting them psychologically, because I remember two press conference back, their head coach, Thomas Tuchel, he said the player are finding it difficult to concentrate because of the media attention and news. I mean, even in press conference, we don't even have questions concerning football again. When Thomas Tuchel is having press conference, it's always about Roman Abramovich, Ukraine, Russia. Sometimes we don't even know injury news until we see the team sheet. It's really, really affecting the team.
Okay, we have another good news from the side of Chelsea Football Club of England. Chelsea main sponsor, 3 UK, are reviewing their commercial partnership with the club. The deal is worth €40 million a year to Chelsea. Should we say it's a very good news to Chelsea, despite the fact that there is a sanction to them?
Yeah, and I know we can understand the reasoning of 3.co.uk. They are a UK company, and the United Kingdom Prime Minister has actually given Chelsea permission to continue to play football game. So far as they are playing football games, 3 UK shouldn't be affected. Okay,
let's discuss about some update on transfer window. Barcelona are reportedly in the running for Dortmund's star Erling Haaland, and coach Xavi Hernandez think the Norwegian could find it hard to run down the move. Do you think Haaland is the best option for Barcelona? Thank God Barcelona is now geared up. They have been playing a very good game under the stewardship of Xavi Hernandez.
Haaland is a very good fit for any team in Europe. He's a very talented goal scorer and proving. But what I find really, really difficult is that how is Barcelona going to afford the wages and the transfer fee, not to mention the agent fee of Erling Haaland? because this team, few months ago, they released Lionel Messi, one of the best players in the world, based on the fact that they can't afford his salary. And also, some of their players has to cut their own wages in half just to be continue playing for the team. So how exactly are they planning to fund this $1 million transfer?
Well, it is always left to Barcelona to do the needful, but Haaland will surely fit into any club,
sure.
any day, anytime. To Manchester United now, we have Ralf Rangnick. Is effectively of the opinion that Manchester United need a new figurehead next season, and that Cristiano Ronaldo is a fading force. Don't you think this world is going to be a world of a barter trade in the team, in the Manchester United camp? With the present situation in the camp, they just lost to Manchester City last week, to say. And there has been a lot of speculation surrounding Ralf Rangnick and Cristiano Ronaldo in recent. With what Ralf Rangnick is saying, that Manchester United still need another figurehead, players, a striker next season in order to match up Cristiano Ronaldo, because they believe Cristiano Ronaldo is a feeding force.
Naturally, I was expecting this news even faster than this. When Cristiano Ronaldo joined Manchester United, I do say to people that Ronaldo has never played in a team that press. So when they announced Ronaldo and Rangnick together, I knew this is a really, really bad news. You can see in their games, Ronaldo can't press for 10 minutes, he will be tired already. So Ronaldo needs to be playing a team that does counter-attack, or they are always in the box and dominating the play. So I can reason along with what Ralf Rangnick is saying.
And don't you think that will cause a kind of steers in the team?
Yeah, it would. But if Ronaldo really, really, really loves Manchester United like he claims, he'll be the one to address the dressing room and quench all fire.
Okay, well, PSG sporting director Leonardo is saying on Mauricio Pochettino's future, despite the outcome of the round of 16 matches yesterday played at Santiago Bernabeu, where they were defeated by 3-1, that Mauricio Pochettino is still part of the project for this season. It is not the time to think about that. Don't you think this is just a mind game against Mauricio Pochettino?
I don't think the mind game. As I have said earlier, that the leaders of Paris Saint-Germain, the director, have been making really, really, really bad decisions for like 2 seasons now. I said earlier that their first bad decision is sacking Thomas Tuchel, and their second one will be keeping Mauricio Pochettino past a day in the club. The man is clearly inexperienced and he can't deal with player ego.
Okay, let's quickly talk about Manchester United captain Harry Maguire, a former striker of Manchester United, who has also played his trade in Tottenham, Dimitar Berbatov, urged Ralf Rangnick to drop Harry Maguire and give somebody else another chance, aim the Manchester United captain defensive struggle. Do you think what Dimitar Berbatov is saying is right? And don't you think benching Harry Maguire will cause a lot of steer in the camp?
Yeah, what Dimitar Berbatov says is right, and I think that is what every Manchester United fan have been claiming for the past month.
Even waiting for.
But this guy that we are talking about is clearly not good enough for Manchester United. But we are talking about England international captain. If Rangnick tries to bench him for more than 2 games, him himself will be in trouble with the media. We know UK media, they will absolutely kill him with, let's say, attacks or derogatory words.
Okay, talking about transfer news in Juventus in Turin. Juventus postponed the meeting with Dybala's agents after he flew into Italy yesterday. They want him to speak later on the match. Do you think Dybala will really sign a new contract for Juventus? Him the fact that they've not been performing exceptionally well, even in Italian Serie A and Uefa Champions League.
And Dybala is a very, very promising talent, and I still think he's within the age 26 and downward. But to sign for Juventus, another new contract for Juventus, would be a silly thing to do. This team is struggling to make 4th position in Italian Serie A. If you want to compete with the best, you'll be playing in the Uefa Champions League. So I think Paulo Dybala will be pursuing a UEFA Champions League spot.
Okay, Barcelona is trying to bench the likes of Piqué, Aubameyang, and Sergio Busquets aimed at their match against Galatasaray. Don't you think it's a new turn, a new time, a new dispensation for Barcelona now that they are benching some star players? Is it because they are now performing exceptionally well?
I think Xavi Hernandez have been really reinventing the team. They have been playing well, and I won't be surprised with the dropping of these three main players. I mean, they have huge talent on the bench. Talk about Gavi, Nico Gavi. We have Pedri, Arau, Migueza. All of them, the talent are there. They can do well with anybody, without anybody. I mean.
Well, with hope they can do well without having all their star players in the team. I would like to take a short break here and bring in our second analyst with us. We don't have much time. Stay tuned and keep watching Sport Update. You are welcome back on board to Sport Update on AYOGEN TV. Like I said, you can always follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter handle. Tolulokwe Emmanuel is here again. It's been a while we have Tolulokwe Emmanuel in the house. Good evening, Tolulokwe Emmanuel.
Good evening, HV. Thanks for having me again. And like you said, it's been a while due to some circumstance that we can beat. So thank God we are back again.
Let's quickly go to business of the day, and I'm very sure this is somehow a cruise. Nigerian billionaire Dangote has made an offer to buy Chelsea Football Club from Roman Abramovich. What do you think about this? Don't forget Abramovich, UK government have sanctioned Roman Abramovich, and Aliko Dangote of our own is showing an interest in purchasing a Chelsea Football Club.
Well, proud to the banish or frozen Abramovich accounts and assets. Aliko Dangote has also made an offer to buy Chelsea, but unfortunately, I don't think his offer was checked then. And before now, this guy has been saying he wanted to buy Arsenal, I think 2 seasons ago or thereabouts. And recently, he still went back to Arsenal, but the Kroenke guys rejected his offer. So again, turning to Chelsea, I think it will really be a big plus for Chelsea if this guy eventually got the asset or on its own. I think he will be able to finance. We've known this guy to be a good bidder and a good spender. So I don't see anything bad in if he eventually procure Chelsea outfit.
Okay, let's discuss sports and politics, because we know the decision of UK government is more or less like a politics. Now, they've put a sanction on Roman Abramovich and his club, although the Premier League have issued a statement that will not affect them in playing in the Premier League, and which even their match against Norwich will hold today. But Chelsea can be sold as long as Roman Abramovich or the Russian Federation doesn't benefit from the sale. Do you agree with that?
Well, we all know this thing is political, and it's not all good. And for okay, like we said, we know it's political, and with the current trend and happening, it's kind of shocking. Though we've been anticipating this kind of, but it's really come as a big shock. There was not much time to deliberate or go over this issue and to know the plus and buts. It's quite unfortunate that the matter is coming out this way, and already, before the government froze the assets, this guy really come out plain that even if he sells the Chelsea outfit, it's not going to take any profit from the proceeds of his sales. He's ready to give it out to those affected by the invasion in Ukraine. So I don't see reasons why the UK government should come out this heavy on this guy.
On this Roman Abramovich. Let's quickly discuss about Paris Saint-Germain. For the past 10 season, Paris Saint-Germain has been known to be knockout in around a knockout stage. In 2012-2013, they were knockout in the quarterfinal. In the 2013-2014, it was the quarterfinal. In 2014-2015, they were knockout in the quarterfinal. In 2015-16, they were knockout in the quarterfinal, same again. In 2016-2017, it was round of 16s. 2017-2019, it was round of 16 again. 2019-2019, it was also round of 16. And in 2019-2020, it was final. They were defeated in the final. We could see what happens. Everybody was in a sober mode. And in 2020-2021, it was also semi-final. And yesterday again, it was a round of 16. They were defeated by the Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. I would like us to look at two things. I want us to look at the fact that why is it that Paris Saint-Germain cannot defeat Real Madrid based on the fact that away from home, when they have these crop of talent players and they have an advantage ahead. Secondly, don't you think it's been a while for the last 7 seasons, Lionel Messi has not won any UEFA Champions League trophy. Don't you think this is also a cause because a setback to him?
Well, on Paris Saint-Germain's side, it's quite unfortunate. There was an article that was released yesterday, I think after that fixtures, that even with your money, that money does not buy Champions League. And when it comes to Champions League, it's an elite league like we used to know, and it does not matter the amount of resources you put into play, but your style of play and how prolific you are, and how you are able to manage your team effectively and efficiently. So that's when you get your results. So I think this has become a recurrent issue at Paris Saint-Germain, and before now they also have checked back on their past records and should have been able to see where they've been missing it. I think one thing that made Real Madrid to defeat them yesterday was a matter of experience. Earlier yesterday, I was saying to some set of guys that, okay, I see Real Madrid going past Paris Saint-Germain, though it was not convincing enough, but notwithstanding, I still see them playing better football than PSG. But with the caliber of players Paris Saint-Germain has, none of them is playing as a team. If you watch their matches, it's not too good. None of these guys are playing as a team. They lack cohesion, individualistic game. So each one of them want to improve, impress people, which does not really go that well with the team. So it's quite unfortunate. They really have to go back to the drawing board again. And then one other fact that Paris Saint-Germain had to be treated is about their director, because he knows much about the sales and procurement of players and managers. So he has been doing this consistently. I think the first thing that they have to be treated is probably sack this guy and then bring in another director that will be able to check the previous antecedent and will be able to correct those antecedents. And for Mauricio Pochettino, it's quite unfortunate this guy, like I've said, he doesn't want being in that team. It does not want managing Paris Saint-Germain, because with the array of players in Paris Saint-Germain team, it will be difficult for a caliber of manager like him to manage those guys. Where a team where you have Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi,
Donnarumma, Sergio Ramos,
best
Marquinhos,
players. It's quite unfortunate that this guy is in the team. So as they have sacking the director, I think Mauricio Pochettino should thank God he has been making move all this while that he wants to leave the team. Yes, of course we've been hearing like that.
Let's quickly discuss about some all-time top scorers in the UEFA Champions League. We have at least I have like 10 list of players on here on my screen board. We have Cristiano Ronaldo is topping the chart. Or let me start from the number 10. We have Filippo Inzaghi with 46 goals to his name. We have Cristiano Ronaldo is topping the chart. Or let me start from the number 10. We have Filippo Inzaghi with 46 goals to his name. All through his career in the UEFA Champions League. And we have Andriy Shevchenko with 48 goals through his career. We have Zlatan Ibrahimovic with 48 goals. And I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic is still playing his trade.
Yes.
Okay, we have Thomas Muller with 52 goals to his name. We have Ruud van Nistelrooy, a former Manchester United player and Real Madrid player with 56 goals. We have Raul Gonzalez, a former Real Madrid player with 71 goals. And yesterday, Karim Benzema have joined the list and is now on number 4. And he has 79 goals to his name. We have Roberto Lewandowski is on number 3 with 85 goals. We have Lionel Andres Messi with 125 goals to his name in the UEFA Champions League, all-time top scorer. And we have Cristiano Ronaldo with 140 goals. The two things I want us to discuss is Karim Benzema and Roberto Lewandowski. Can they match the feat of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi?
Of course, if they should continue with this current form and they are consistent enough, I think the records are meant to be broken. And before Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi emerged the first and second place, there have been a lot of guys who were before them. So the same thing applicable for Roberto Lewandowski and Karim Benzema. Records are meant to be broken, and if they eventually continue on their current form and they are consistent enough, goals will always come for these guys. They are meant to score goals, and it will continue like that. Although they might have a goal drought of 2 or 3 matches, but as soon as they pick their form again, you see them firing in all cylinders. So I still see them going past. And don't forget, age is no longer on the side of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. This guy 33 years plus already. So, and although Karim Benzema is 34 already also, but he can still play better and can still push for more goals. So I still see them going beyond the Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi.
Okay, do you, yesterday matches played, we have Real Madrid beat Paris Saint-Germain with 1-0, and Inter Milan defeat Liverpool at Anfield by 1-0. Liverpool, Inter Milan. What do you think is happening to Liverpool this time around, despite their impressive performance during the weekend?
Well, I don't see anything wrong with Liverpool. You know, prior to that game, I think Spalletti was the manager of Inter Milan. Taghi, this guy really said they are not just coming to Anfield to come out. It's not a joke. They are coming for serious business. So they were really determined, and that's one thing I see about it. Although before the match, I see them offsetting and upsetting Liverpool. Though Liverpool have a record at Anfield of not being defeated for a couple of matches, but like we said, records are meant to be broken. So what made Liverpool lost that match was just the determination of Inter Milan side, and this guy will give all their best. Unfortunately, they could not go beyond the 1-0 goal, and Liverpool was able to go through to the next stage.
Okay, let's quickly talk about sports and humanity. The reason why I target sport and humanity is the hand of gestures. Barcelona is relating to the people of Ukraine. John Laporte board could take a step forward and think about inviting Dynamo Kiev or Shakhtar Donetsk or the Ukrainian national team to play in the John Gampal's trophy game and give the proceeds to help to the reconstruction of their country. Don't you think it's a sport and humanity?
It's a right direction coming from a man with a big heart. Although, don't forget, Barcelona themselves have financial issues. And for them to have come with this decision that they need to assist and give an helping hand to Ukraine, I think it's a welcome development on its part.
Okay, before we leave on board today, I would like us to always have it at the back of our mind that our Saturday, our sports update is always more of interesting, but we do come on board to just to give a brief update on what have happened during the weeks on Thursday. I'd like to appreciate my two analysts from coming on board and all our technical crew, John Joshua, for making it up to date to our esteemed viewers at home. Like I've always said, always watch AYOGEN TV. Follow us on our YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook pages. Just click on that small button to get notified on any of our program, educative, entertainment, sports, anything, name it. We are always there for you 24 hours. And to look at the man, I just say words to our esteemed viewers before we leave.
Okay, like we used to say, it pays to be a fan and not a fanatic. So I want us to go to our different view centers today and enjoy the game. And to Ukrainian side and Russia, I want us to embrace peace at this moment. We pray for those who have been affected by this invasion, that the Lord will help them, and it's our prayer the Lord will put a solution to this issue and put a lasting end to this drift between the sides. And to all Chelsea fans, please take it easy. It's gonna be well.
Like Tolu Emmanuel has just said, take it easy, it's going to be well. Chelsea, we intend to engage in discussion with the UK government regarding the scope of license. And I think this will also include seeking permission for the license to be amended in order to allow the club to operate as normal as possible. And I hope all Chelsea fans will be happy with this news. Until Saturday that I will come your way, Ham Adewusi Oladeji Habib. Keep doing sports always.